Okay, this is a funny but not so funny article. Um, and the topic is about lab meat for the most part. And I can say that with certainty based on a lot of information I'm getting about lab meat, transglutaminase. I'm still going to be promoting people to be aware of that. I have video on my channel about transglutaminase. Try to remember to put that in the description box for you. But if you type in my name and transglutaminase, you should be able to find it. I also wanted to discuss spaghetti meat. So, what is spaghetti meat? A lot of people are moving to vegan, vegetarian lifestyle, or even ketogenic like diets. And that's fine, but it's also important to understand like what's going on. The texture of the meat indicates, in my opinion, the quality of the meat. And on this website, they are talking about spaghetti meat in reference to chicken. And that's what happens when you breed chickens very, very fast. It refers to the squishy chicken breasts that pull apart like noodles. This is after it's cooked. So it's perfect for stores and restaurants that because you don't know how this spaghetti meat is going, you don't know what kind of texture you're going to have. You don't know if you're going to have that spaghetti meat until after the chicken is fully cooked because nobody eats raw or half done chicken. So no matter how you feel about cooking this meat, you probably will agree that chicken breast should feel like flesh. It should be dense, taut, and a little bit bouncy. It shouldn't be overcooked. That's no bueno. Um, but at this point, even the fake chicken feels very fleshy, and that's thanks to modern food science. But food science is also to blame for the squishy, stringy spaghetti meat chicken. Now, spaghetti meat chicken is something that was described by people who eat um, fast food. Apparently, they were talking about there were a few restaurants on the list. I think Wendy's is on the list, Jack in the Box is on the list, and uh, I forget the other one. But there were a few on a list that were this was years ago when before they even really started publicizing about lab meat and meat glue and all these different things. But yeah, spaghetti meat is specifically for chicken, and where you have this squishy meat product that pulls apart like spaghetti noodles. This topic was reported by Wall Street Journal as well. I have that link here. That's in the description box. I don't have the full article, but they talk about this topic there. They say it's still pretty uncommon, and this phenomenon is only affecting about 5% of birds. I do not believe that statistic because that does not indicate the birds that may have died or were slaughtered and not counted to be um, good for consumption, appropriate for consumption. But yeah, people have noticed this happening since at least 2015. I think people have noticed it before that, but that's just my opinion. And that could explain inquiries like this one on Reddit. So someone's asking about stringy raw chicken breast, and they paired that with a gnarly looking piece of meat. So there are two posts there about that, along with the hard, chewy meat called woody breast, which is where you have chicken breast that's very hard and tough to chew. Um, yeah, I have had that happen, and I just thought maybe the chicken was old, and so I just threw the whole package away. And that's called woody breast. But you also have spaghetti meat, and that's allegedly the result of breeding to make big breasted chickens grow faster. So there's proof that these abnormalities are associated with fast growing birds, and that's according to Dr. Massimiliano Petrossi, a professor of agriculture and food science at the University of Bologna, Bologna. I'm so used to saying Bologna, Bologna in Italy, told the Wall Street Journal, excuse me for that. Woody breast and spaghetti meat might sound unsettling, but eating them won't hurt you, according to the industry experts. So the chickens they use to grow for meat are called broiler chickens. These chickens grow very fast, much faster than they used to. I mean, it's ridiculously fast compared to the way it used to grow. But the thing that they did not incorporate, and if they do see this video, maybe they will get a hint. You need to crisper in for the chickens to have stronger legs and smaller wings. That would help. If you want to grow chickens with big breasts, make sure they have legs to support the breasts. Just as a side note. And they don't need wings. They ain't flying nowhere. They're too fat. So anyway, back back to this article. Judging from the numbers from the National Chicken Council. The reason why they have a National Chicken Council is the same reason why they have the milk producers and everything. So all of this is important to understand because you're dealing with changes in genetic selection of the birds that are going to be used. Another thing to see is a documentary on Netflix called Rotten. And there's a section on that documentary called Big Bird, where they go into detail about agriculture, food science, food policy. They go into the heroes of the stories, and they go also into the villains of the story. A lot of the villains are these big companies, for instance. So Big Bird talks about how poultry is produced and the pitfalls of poultry. I apologize for that. But anyway, that's what I have on this story. You all let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll talk to you in the next video.